Hi, so in this video, I thought I'd show you around Visual Studio a bit. Here I've opened Visual Studio and you can see there that we have a few options. We can open a project. You can click on projects you've got open before. You can navigate to a local folder and you can find a project. You can get code from an online repository like GitHub, and we can talk about some of that later, online tools, but we're just going to create a new project and we're going to create quite a simple project. So in opening a new project, you can use Windows .NET Framework, which you can see I've used before. That's what I will use when we're using Forms applications, or you can use C# console app. And this particular one, I thought I'd just use a console app, but we can start that up and we can go next. And in a console app, you can see there you've got a name for it. I'll just call it test 1 or something. And it always sits here in users, the name of the user, source code, repos, and it's in that subdirectory. And you should be able to find your app in there if you wanted to navigate to it. Now, all of this .NET, we've got .NET 6 installed, and we'll simply create it here. So when it creates the project, it basically opens up the tool window, the API that you can see here. It already tells us you've got hello world written, and it sign in. I'm not going to sign in. So you can sign in. Now we can try and run it. We can see what happens when we run it. It's actually compiling the code here. And what happens is that it comes up with an output window. And here's the output window there, and it says hello world. Now, obviously, that's a pretty simple program. All we're doing is writing to the console or the command window, one line, hello world. Now, we can write a bit more code and we can go into that in another program. But what I want to do next is to have a new program. So I'm going to show you how to open up a Windows Forms program. So we're going to, we've got that program saved. We can save it there. We'll go, we can actually change the text. So you can say, hello world. And put your own name there. And again, you can save that, you can run it. If we run it again, of course, it'll just change the text that comes out onto the screen there, and you can see that you've successfully changed the output text. Usually suggests to save all, which is useful, which is that button there, save all. You can just save the little program there. Now I will close that solution. And again, we get this window. Now, if I want to create a new project and it is a Windows Forms app project, now I can click there to open it up. But if I simply type here Forms, and when you install C# Visual Studio, you should make sure that you have the capacity to make Windows Forms, a Windows Forms app, .NET Framework. Now, .NET Framework means you can access all of the tools in the .NET toolkit that Windows provides, so it's useful to use the .NET Framework. When you open this up again, we can call it app and we'll just call this test 2, and we can start that up. It's in the same location as the other one, and we can just create that. Oh, it actually already exists. I must have done one of them. Oh well, how about test 3? And there we go. Now you can see here I've got the form window. This is actually how your program looks. And I have here all the tools that we can use. So for example, if you wanted to use a button, you can click on the button there and we can bring the button onto our form. You could have a picture box where you've got an image and you can put that there. And we'll show you how to fill these different tools out and use them a little later on. So any of the tools you're going to use should be here, and you've got a whole variety of different collections of tools that you can use. When you do click on an object on the screen, you've got, say, the button. You can see here you've got images that can go on the back of the buttons, you've got colors and so on, and we'll manipulate a few of those when we actually make our next program. So that's the properties window. If you want to work out how to get back to this screen and you delete some of these, like if you click X there and delete the properties window, you can always go to reset your window layout, which is a useful thing to do. Anyway, in this case, I'm simply going to save this program again, and I'll come back to that and we'll make a simple slideshow program for our first Windows Forms program. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.